Okay, well, it was how I came to Baba and how I found out about Baba all happened pretty much at the same time. I think it was 1974, maybe 73 or 74. I was living in Woodstock, and the first I heard of him really was my ex-boyfriend came visiting and gave me Listen Humanity, which is a book that Baba wrote, and I wasn't the least bit interested. I didn't want the book. I didn't want to listen to him at all. It was during the time when everybody was going running to gurus, and I made terrible fun of everybody. I mean, I wasn't interested at all. And I threw the book on the ground. I think, I don't know, I was terribly disrespectful of the book and also of the fellow who gave it to me. But I asked him, and he told me that Mayor Baba was God, and I said, yeah, right, ha ha ha, where is he now? He dropped his body, which is the first time I heard that term, and I said, oh, you mean he's dead, in the ground, dead? It was so dumb. And I said, I don't want to hear about this, and he, I think, said he was never going to talk to me about Mayor Baba again, and I said I thought that was a wonderful idea. And I actually never read that book. I didn't pick it up. I didn't look at it. I didn't want anything to do with it. And about a month later, a friend of mine came over. She was a friend because she had a little girl, and I had a little girl and a little kid. They were friends with each other. And this woman came to visit me. She was a real kind of wiry, nervous sort of person, intense, very intense. And she said to me, I met my Prince Charming. My mother always told me I was going to meet my Prince Charming. And I go, oh, yeah? Who? And she named the guy, and I said, and he was like, he had taken so many drugs he couldn't say anything but whatever turns you on. I said, him? He's your Prince Charming? Yes, yes. She said, what did your mother tell you? And I said, oh, not much. Well, actually, what I said was, she told me that with a mouth like mine, nobody would ever love me. It's what my mom told me. And she said, no, you have to have an image. You've got to have an image. I said, okay. And she's making me nervous. She got so intense. And I said, okay, a knight in shining armor on a white horse. And she came right up to me, pointing her finger. She said, that's the key. That's the key. And I said, yeah, Errol Flynn's going to come swooping down off the top of the hardware store and carry me away. Go home. But it was very nerve-wracking because she was getting more and more and more intense, and it didn't make any sense, and it was silly, So she left, and then another month later, I went to a club where my friend, it was Michael, his name was Michael, who I subsequently married. But he was playing at a club, so I went to the club. At this point, I wasn't really talking to him very much. But I went to listen to him play, and at the end, we were standing out on the street, and just buckets of rain fell down and soaked me, so he managed to talk me into going back to his place to dry off, which I did. And I'm sitting on one side of the room, and he's on the other side of the room. And I suddenly saw, it was like the netting from the planes that fly over the beach with advertisements. I have, visual, and on it, it said, Mayor Baba always said he was the white horse avatar. And as soon as I saw it, the whole room disappeared, and I was experiencing this incredible love and this incredible light. And I had I could see a vague figure, and I thought to myself, who are you? Or I said it, I don't know. And I heard, I am sometimes called Mayor Baba. And then the figure disappeared, and I was found. It was like I was a little kid who had been lost for eons, and my father found me. And he picked me up and put me on his lap. That was the best way I can describe the experience. And put his arms around me. And I was just experiencing this just incredible love, and I knew he was God, and I knew he was my father, and I knew he was everybody's father, and he loved everybody. And that's how I came to be a Baba lover. But I didn't know what the avatar was. I didn't know anything about any of it at all. But I knew infinite love. And that I understood and recognized from some very old and deep part of me. And I've been, that way ever since, He's my father. He's everything. He's in everything. He's everywhere and beyond everywhere.